Hi guys, it's just Claire. So we've got quite a lot of people that have been asking us about the inside of Elmwood Community Centre. Obviously when we do our nights we lock off the cameras in the dolly rooms. So the dolly room's just up here and there's another one just around the corner from there as well. We thought we'd do a video just to show you what the building actually looks like for those who don't know. So we've got a little video now for you to learn a little bit more about the building. We've got the outside of the building. It was built in the 1870s for a family, well, a couple called Alice and Lewis Dodgson. They were the first ever owners to own this absolutely stunning building. So when Alice and Lewis moved in, it would have just been absolutely stunning. You've got this part here was once the old stable block, along with this part, and then behind here you've got the old laundry cottage. The fence that you can see, that is now a playing ground, but it would have actually have been part of the building, the land. But it's just to give you an insight into just how amazing this building truly is. Back in the day, they had tennis courts, croquet lawns. They had the old stable blocks. This house here would have been the gatekeeper's house, but the entrance would have been where that fence is. So they would have gained access from there, not from over here. But as you can see, the grounds, even this side, just out of this world. So I'll take you inside now and I'll give you a little tour of the whole building itself. So, welcome to Elmwood. This is where we do the Elmwood House experience. We have members of the public who come in private hire for their own paranormal investigation. They have access to the full building through the night. We have our locked off cameras in the rooms upstairs, and we also do public ghost hunts in here, as well as seances and loads of other things. We've got murder mystery nights. So we do quite a lot of things in here, clairvoyant nights. So if anyone's interested who wants to attend, the website is www.lornevigilsparanormalinvestigations.co.uk. As we're coming through the doors, you'll have noticed up there, that's where we do our locked off cameras. So these are our stairs down that way. Some of you will be aware of this corridor. This is the corridor where we've done locked off cameras in through here before. There's a room here, but we can't film in there, so I'm not going to show you that one, just out of respect for them. We're allowed to investigate in there, just not film. So we've got toilets down this area. So this is where we've got a spirit called Harold who likes to hang around. Harold was one of the old homeowners. He's made himself known before. We've got room 3 in here as well, which obviously Elmwood Community Centre is obviously a community centre to this day now. So we have creepy cellar down there, which I'm not opening the door because I'm scared of spiders. So through here, you'll all know and love this room. This is where a lot of action happens. So this would have once been their entertainment area. So we have what we call the creepy toilets. And then through here, it's what we call a conference room. This would have been the old stable block. See where I walked down that way earlier. So that's out the front. So Elmwood Community Centre was built in 1870s, and the first ever owners were Lewis and Alice Dodgson. Now Alice sadly lost her life in this building. She was only 33, and she passed away in 1881. The house became too large for Lewis living on his own. They obviously had no children, so he ended up moving to Scarborough. He lived in Scarborough for about 20 years. It's probably about an hour and a half away from us. And then he passed away in his 50s, and he was buried with Alice, so they were finally reunited. Chris and myself have both been to Alice's and Lewis's place of rest, and we've laid flowers just out of respect. Alice is quite a strong spirit who comes forward quite a lot in this place, so it's nice for us to be able to go and pay some respect. So after Lewis had moved out, the house became empty for several years before the Pierce family moved in. Now, a family was called Mountjoy Pierce, and he moved in with his wife and his children. He was a shipbuilder. So after the Pierce family had moved out, as I said, it had laid empty for a couple of years, and then the Spence family moved in. Henry and Eliza Spence, one of their sons was called Gilbert. He's a public figure back in the day. Colonel Gilbert Ormerod Spence. He won lots of medals and things like that. His family lived here for many, many years. And what had happened was Henry and Eliza had both passed away in this building as well. And Gilbert inherited the house. Gilbert lost his life in a car accident, about 10 minutes away from where the house is. Strangely enough, he was driving his car with his chauffeur in the passenger seat. Why he was driving his chauffeur, we don't know. But they both lost their life. His chauffeur was called Jack. Gilbert was in the army. He'd fought in the war. He'd been shot a couple of times as well. So the fact that he'd been shot through work and survived to tell the tale, sadly it was a car accident that ended his life, and he was only in his 40s when he lost his life, sadly. So after the Spence family, we had the Kitchen family move in. So these were Harold and Doris Kitchen, and they lived here for quite some time. Wilfred, in the gatekeeper house that I've just shown you, he lived here in that house. He was a massive part in their life. He was actually Harold's wingman when Harold's fighting for his country. So they were here for many, many years, very well known as in the community for all the charity work that they did, highly respected members of the public, and Harold ended up gifting this house to people in need. So it became a school for a little bit for the overcrowding. It's been a youth centre for children. It's been a hospital. Also had something to do with chemical plant, storing the chemicals and things like that. Now today, a thriving, busy community centre. So amongst the families that lived here, we also have a story of a maid. Apparently she got caught up in a love affair and she ended up hanging herself. Round about here apparently. So this is where we have our static cameras locked off through the night when the building is empty. So I'm going to show you the rooms now. You'll be able to see all the dolls and see what the rooms look like fully, not just in the angle that you have through the night. So welcome to our crypt. So this is where it all starts on a night for those that private hire. It's public ghost hunts don't have access up here, it's just for the private hire. So this is where you will have your static cameras when you're watching and listening for anything to happen when the building's empty. I know sometimes we lock the cameras off when we've got guests downstairs investigating. So this is one of the rooms. So everything that we've done is all old, and then we've got another one of the dolly room. So these are haunted dolls over here. We've got our Elmwood House experience. We've got a picture of Gilbert. So there you are. This is the Elmwood House experience. And in this box is all the research that we have done on this building, sensors, it's got death certificates, it's got all sorts in there. So I hope you enjoyed that little view. What we'll do is we will start doing little videos, myself and Chris, of a few dolls, start introducing them, letting you know a little bit more into what we know of them, what they've given us, and then it kind of gives you a little insight into who you're watching, what you're doing, and hopefully any activity that some of them do bring. So we will see you very soon. Bye.